Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Giulia is set to defend her title tonight at Vengeance Day 2025. However, she will have to endure her toughest challenge, yet since Giulia arrived in NXT, she had her eyes set on the women's title. She first competed for the gold on the October 1, 2024 episode of NXT, but lost due to interference from Cora Jade. After becoming the Iron Survivor, she earned another title shot against Roxanne Perez and defeated her at New Year's Evil 2025. Despite the loss, Roxanne Perez was still not done with the 30-year-old. Meanwhile, Bayley returned to NXT to confront Perez and soon found herself in the NXT Women's title picture. Hence, a triple threat match was announced for Vengeance Day between the former Roxy, the role model, and the NXT Women's Champion. After Cora Jade defeated Bayley this week on the Black and Silver brand, she was added to the title match, making it a fatal four-way bout. At the start of the contest, the NXT Women's Champion was not interested in getting involved in the action, as she sat on the turnbuckle and encouraged her opponents to fight among themselves. However, she was dragged into the contest moments later. It will be interesting to see if Giulia will be able to successfully defend her title tonight. At Vengeance Day, the WWE Universe was on the edge of their seats, waiting with bated breath as the lights in the arena dimmed, signaling the impending arrival of the stars who would headline the night. Tonight was a monumental event, a championship match unlike any other, with stakes higher than ever before. Fans were expecting to see a showdown for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, and Giulia, one of the most dominant and beloved figures in the women's division, was slated to be part of this epic battle. Yet, what transpired that night would be a twist no one saw coming. The build-up. Giulia, an acclaimed wrestler from the NXT and SmackDown rosters, had been on an incredible run since her debut. Her high-impact wrestling style, stunning agility, and unmatched charisma had made her one of the top contenders in the women's division. She had an aura of invincibility, a reputation for battling through pain and adversity, and a passion that resonated with fans worldwide. Yet, as the date of the WWE title match loomed closer, whispers began circulating that there might be something amiss with Giulia's readiness for this historic bout. The weeks leading to the match saw Giulia in the ring regularly, dominating her opponents. But behind the scenes, rumors were surfacing that she had been dealing with an injury, one that, while not debilitating, was certainly enough to cause concern. This injury didn't stop Giulia from showing up week after week, but it did raise some questions about whether she would be able to compete at full capacity in the most important match of her career. Giulia's opponent that night was none other than the defending champion, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte, the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair, was no stranger to championship gold. She had been dominating the division for years, and her reign as SmackDown Women's Champion was about to face one of its toughest tests. It was shaping up to be a classic clash between the reigning queen of the WWE and the rising star eager to make her mark. As the date of the match drew closer, the tension in the WWE Universe reached a fever pitch. Fans were split down the middle, some believing that Giulia could finally dethrone Charlotte, while others thought the reigning champion would add another notch to her already legendary belt. The night of the match. The Grand Arena was packed to the brim with excited fans, their cheers echoing throughout the night. The ring was set, and the championship match was ready to unfold. Giulia stood backstage, preparing for what was going to be her biggest moment yet. She was stretching, her breathing steady as she wrapped her hands with tape, but her mind wasn't fully focused. The whispers of her injury began to creep into her thoughts, causing a flicker of doubt. Could she really give it her all tonight? A backstage interviewer approached Giulia, microphone in hand, and asked the question that had been on everyone's mind. "Giulia, there's been talk about an injury you've been dealing with recently. Can you tell us how you're feeling going into tonight's match?" Giulia's eyes locked with the interviewer. She paused for a moment, the weight of her decision hanging in the air. Finally, she spoke, her voice calm but resolute. "I've been in pain, but I've been in pain before, and it's never stopped me from stepping into that ring. Tonight isn't any different. I'm ready with that." She walked toward the entrance ramp, the roar of the crowd intensifying with each step she took. The spotlight fell on her, and the WWE universe erupted in excitement. Giulia had a unique aura, a combination of determination and fire that made her seem unstoppable. And yet, as she prepared for her entrance, the backstage tension was palpable. Could she push through the injury? Was she fully ready to give it her all in the ring? The twist. As the entrance music for Charlotte Flair blared through the speakers, a hush fell over the arena. The current champion made her way down the ramp with a look of calm confidence. She was ready for this, but there was a sense of anticipation in the air. The match was about to begin, but it wouldn't start as anyone expected. Just as the bell was about to ring, Giulia's name was called. However, instead of stepping forward with her usual vigor, she paused. The backstage officials gathered around her, and after a brief moment of discussion, it was announced that Giulia was unfit to compete in the match due to the lingering effects of her injury. The crowd went silent in disbelief. This was a shocking turn of events. Giulia, the woman many believed would be the new champion, was being pulled from the title match, but just as the referee was about to signal for the match to proceed without Giulia, something unexpected happened. Giulia's music hit again, the lights flickered, and the arena buzzed as Giulia emerged from backstage once more. This time, however, her expression was different. There was no hesitation in her eyes. She was determined, unrelenting, and she knew that, despite the pain, this was her moment. She walked down the ramp with a fierce look in her eyes, the fans roaring in support as she stepped into the ring. "What's going on here?" Michael Cole's voice echoed through the arena as the tension became palpable. The referee looked at Giulia, confused but unwilling to back down. Charlotte, too, was bewildered. For a brief moment, it appeared as if Giulia might just walk out, but instead she was taking her place in the match. "I'm here to fight," Giulia declared as she entered the ring, her voice carrying over the crowd. The match begins. The bell rang, and the match was on. The crowd's excitement reached a fever pitch as Giulia and Charlotte locked eyes, each woman determined to walk out with the championship. Giulia's body language was different now. She moved with urgency, her every step calculated. There was no time to waste, and despite the pain she was clearly feeling, she was fighting with everything she had. Charlotte, ever the veteran, took control early on. She used her size and experience to her advantage, forcing Giulia into the corner with a series of brutal chops and body slams. The force behind Charlotte's strikes was incredible, and Giulia's body was beginning to show signs of wear and tear, but Giulia wasn't one to back down. Her resilience had always been one of her strongest traits, and tonight was no different. The crowd was on their feet as Giulia fought back with everything she had. She hit Charlotte with a series of rapid-fire strikes and high-flying moves that showcased her agility. At one point, she nailed a picture-perfect missile dropkick from the top rope, sending Charlotte stumbling backward. Despite the physical toll the match was taking on Giulia, she refused to let up. She pushed through the pain, channeling the energy of the crowd into each and every move. The action in the ring was fast-paced, intense, and full of drama. Charlotte, however, was no slouch, and she wasn't going to go down without a fight. The two women exchanged near falls, with each one coming so close to securing victory, only to be thwarted at the last possible second. The tension in the arena was palpable. Fans were on the edge of their seats, waiting for the moment when one of these women would finally claim the title. The final act. The match reached its climax when both competitors were exhausted, battered, and bruised. Giulia, however, found one last burst of energy. She went for her finishing move, the G-Force, a devastating spinning powerbomb that had taken out countless opponents in the past. She lifted Charlotte up into the air, but just as she was about to slam her down, Charlotte reversed the move, catching Giulia off guard in the blink of an eye. Charlotte locked in the figure-8 leg lock, a move that had forced many to tap out in the past. Giulia writhed in pain, her injury flaring up as the pressure on her legs intensified. The crowd held its collective breath, wondering if this would be the end for Giulia's title dream, but Giulia's will to win was unmatched. With the last of her strength, she managed to crawl toward the ropes, her fingertips brushing the bottom rope just in time. The referee called for a break, and the crowd erupted in cheers. Giulia's tenacity was undeniable. She fought off the pain, hoisted Charlotte up one more time, and with all her might, delivered the G-force, planting Charlotte in the center of the ring. The impact was loud, and Giulia quickly made the cover. 1, 2, 3. The referee's hand hit the mat for the third time, and the arena erupted in a deafening roar. Giulia had done it. She had won the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship in one of the most hard-fought battles in recent memory. The title was hers, but the victory had come at a cost. Giulia was bruised, battered, and on the verge of collapse, but she had proven to everyone, and herself, that she was truly the champion. As her music played and the crowd cheered, Giulia stood tall in the ring, holding the championship belt high above her head. She had fought through pain, adversity, and doubt, and in the end, she had emerged victorious. It was a moment that would go down in WWE history, a testament to the power of determination and the heart of a true champion. But as Giulia stood in the ring, the reality of her situation set in. She had won the title, yes, but at what cost? Would she be able to defend it in the coming months? Only time would tell, but for now, Giulia had earned the respect of every fan in that arena, and the entire WWE universe. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.